further ado, I'd like to welcome to you Positive Mind Saturdays with your host, Positive White.
Hey, what's happening? Good morning, top of the morning, top of the top, whatever you want to call it. And welcome back to another episode of Positive Mind Saturdays with your boy, Positive B. White. And we are here at 101 TKO Radio. We are the People's Plug. So be sure to lock in, tap in, tune in with us. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube as well. And also follow us on Facebook as well as IG and TikTok as well. Be sure to follow us on TikTok as well. I think TikTok needs to get some love too as well. So welcome to another show. I've got a amazing lineup of guests coming through a little bit later on. So y'all stay locked in for that. We got some... Where are my college football fans at? My college football fans, we got some games today. I am super pumped today. Oh, we got okay, so let's give it a quick rundown. Let's get you guys caught up. So we've got UGA playing Ole Miss at 3:30. We've actually got Duke going against Georgia Tech. And then tonight, I think at 7:30, we got Alabama versus Tennessee. And then also for you Irish Fighting Irish Notre Dame fans, we got Notre Dame taking on USC, I think. So we got some games coming on today. We got some action-packed stuff happening as far as college football. So I hope you all are excited about that. As I am. I am geared up and ready to roll and hoping the dogs do well down in Athens today. So today's show, we've got, like I said, we've got some amazing guests coming through. We got a couple of hot topics that we touched on a few weeks ago. Of course, Diddy has been sentenced to 50 months. And I also spoke about Donald Trump talking about a stimulus check that could range from $1,000 to $2,000, which will come from the tariff. So call in, chime in. I want to hear your thoughts about that and what you think about that. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Yay or nay? How you feel about that? You know what I mean? What's on your mind? I would love to hear from you. And also, I want to give a big congratulations to my nephew, Jamon Coggins, and the whole crew over there at Lithonia High School. The Bulldogs beat St. Pius last night. They beat St. Pius last night, the first time in school history, Nelson. How about that? First time in school history, 48-7. So shout out to the Lithonia Bulldogs, the coaches, staff, players, faculty, everybody over at Lithonia. They want to make Lithonia great again. So they took out St. Pius. They got Marist coming up next. So y'all want to pack the stands out for that so we can support the Bulldogs. Also, my alma mater, the Stevenson Jaguars, took out Riverdale last night. I can't remember the final score, but it was a really big win. So shout out to the Stevenson Jaguars, the high. Shout out to y'all for getting the win last night. So the bills have been paid. Shout out to Nelson, man. The roof is not on fire and the building is still here. So that is always a good thing, man. Shout out to the president, man, doing his thing and making it all happen. You know what I mean? And shout out to everybody over here at 101 TKO Radio because we are growing. This is year 4. So we are consistently growing and moving right along. So, man, y'all be sure to tap in with us, man, because we would love to have you. And then if you want to be my next guest, I love having new guests come on and sit down and rock out with your boy and get this vibe, man. It's a whole vibe, man, when we come through. So if you want to be a guest on the show, you can do that one or two ways. You can go to www.positivebwhite.com. Send me a message, and in the message chat bar, put guest. You can do that so I know exactly what you're trying to do. You can put guest, or you can put Positive Mind Saturdays, however you want to do it. Or you can send me a DM on my IG page at Positive B White. Send me a quick DM, and you can put guest, or you can put Positive Mind Saturdays so I know you want to get locked in so we can lock your space in, man, especially for the end of the year runs out. You know, you want to get everybody in for the end of the year, but of course we got next year. But why wait? Why wait? Let's get you in now. So without further ado, we're going to wait till our guests arrive so we can bring them in and get them locked in, and then we'll let you guys meet them. We got some cool people coming through. It's going to be a family affair, so Y'all stay tuned for that as well. But we're gonna take a short break. Thanks for joining me on Positive Mind Saturdays here at 101 TKO Radio. And be sure to call in if you got any questions, man. You know, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to get your thoughts. I would love to get your game day predictions on your ESPN game day predictions. And then, man, what is wrong with me? Shout out to my Atlanta Falcons for taking out the Buffalo Bills last week. That was awesome. That was awesome. We got San Francisco tomorrow. So we are going on the road to San Francisco, so we need that win as well. So shout out to the Atlanta Falcons for doing their thing and everything as well. This Saturday morning, the weather was phenomenal. I didn't run into any traffic, so shout out to that. So we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to lock in and do some digging, and we're going to deep dive and meet some cool people. So y'all keep it locked in with me. It's your boy Positive Mind Saturdays over here at 101 TKO Radio. Y'all keep it locked in. We'll be back.
Message from AARP and the Ad Council.
And welcome back to Positive Mind Saturdays with your boy Positive B. White. We are here at 101 TKO Radio. We are the People's Plug. So be sure to follow us. We're streaming live right now on YouTube at 101 TKO Radio. And be sure to follow us on Facebook as well as IG. And don't forget to show our TikTok some love, because they need love too as well. So without further ado, I would like to welcome my guest this morning, Miss Arianna.
Hi.
How we doing this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Wonderful.
Good. Now, you mentioned you were coming from Athens, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we got some action going down there in Athens.
Home of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Home of the Georgia. Look at that. Look at that. And then it's also a family affair this morning. So I'm super excited. I know you ran into a little bit of traffic, but it's all good.
I did.
Because this is Positive Mind Saturday.
Yes.
So a little adversity, a little traffic ain't gonna hurt every once in a while, right?
It's not.
So you're looking phenomenal as well,
Thank
fam. How are you? Now, you've got so many things going on.
Yes, I do.
So we've got faith-based brand story strategist.
Yes.
So I want to talk about that.
Okay.
Of course, we got author. We'll speak about that
Of
as well. And then we had a former title holder.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to talk about all those different things throughout the show. But first and foremost, for my listeners, I like to give them a background and how it all got started, where it all began.
Yes.
So let's talk about humble beginnings. Where are you from originally? Let's start there.
So I am from Wilkes County.
Wilkes County.
It's a very small town, a little country town. I'm a country girl at heart. The green pastures,
Okay.
nature, and family foremost is where my wealth lies.
Okay. And then former Miss Wilkes County.
Yes, I was so ecstatic. I was flabbergasted. I never thought that I would do pageant. I knew my mother at some point wanted to put me in a pageant, but I never thought about it until my favorite teacher sponsored me, and she was like, "You have a pageant next Saturday." I was like, "What, girl? What?" And she sponsored me, and she was like, I really believe that you have a chance. And I said, okay. I said, I don't even have a dress. And prom had just passed. She was like, just wear your prom dress. I was like, are you serious? And so I went against 6 other girls. I did not think I had a chance until they called my name.
Ooh.
They called my name, and I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, the good old name drop.
Yes. All I could do was drop my mouth. I was like, I was so stuck.
Hey man, that's how it works. Man. God is the greatest, right?
Yes.
So you got somebody sponsored you, and then you just worked out, right?
It worked out. I had the highest GPA, and so I got the scholarship, and I got I want to say prettiest dress, prettiest hair.
Oh, so you just showed up.
Most photogenic. I did not think, and then I was the only one wearing rose gold. All of the other ladies had on black gowns.
Rose gold.
And I had on rose gold. And so I stood out the most, which was crazy.
Yeah.
So
shout out to that.
Yes.
How about that? Congratulations on
Thank
being
you.
Miss Wilkes County.
Yeah, 2021.
2021. Shout out to that. So let's talk about some of these other titles you have as well. So let's talk about the former, since we're going to go the way the titles went. Former title holder. Let's start there.
Yes.
So what were you a title holder for?
So Wilkes County. So
Okay.
2021 Miss Wilkes County. I was the princess of my town for a whole year.
Wow.
My reign was a whole year, and so the children, my community, I led them in a particular way. So any community event that we had, I had to show up. I had to speak. I guess I'm more on the traditional side, so I was always in a gown. My heirs, of course, they, a little bit different now, but I wore a gown, and so my job was to be an ambassador, and so that's what I did. So every time we had an event, whether it was children, whether it was the fireworks, or our Christmas parade, I was on a float, I was on a convertible.
Okay.
And I had to go through my town for everyone to see me.
Okay, so you was talk of the town, huh?
Yes,
There
I
we go.
was.
Shout out to you being the talk of the town.
Yes.
Shout out Wilkes County, green pastures.
Yes.
All right, so moving right along. So let's talk about that Arthur title. Let's talk about the books.
Yes. So I now have 2 books.
Okay.
My first book is actually a coloring book.
Okay.
It is stemmed from me being a small town princess. It's a
Okay.
princess coloring book.
All right.
It
Shout
has
out to the princesses.
right. it has a little black princess, which is me.
Okay.
The smaller me on the front of the cover.
Okay.
And it just has some illustrations that I've been working on. I actually had a class. Of course, I go to the University of West Georgia.
Okay.
Hell yeah. And I had a digital marketing class. And so we had to, like draw. We had to use Photoshop a lot. And so I was really liking what I was doing. And next thing I knew, it turned into 26 illustrations of little princesses. And even so, I have my very good friend, Miss Alina Hill. Her daughter calls me Auntie. And so I had a picture of her, and she is actually one of my little princesses in the book. So it was so cool to see it all come together.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, I did not know that I could create something such as this.
Okay. Well, shout out to that.
My second book is The Purposeful Teacher. It
Okay.
is not quite all the way out, but it is on social media.
Okay.
It is about, I guess it stems from me being a substitute teacher. I am in a family full of educators.
Oh, yeah, of
on
course.
my mother's side.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I never thought that I would, step into education. I even went to college and said, I am not majoring in education. I am not being a teacher. And then I blinked one day and I was inside of a classroom, and I love every minute of it.
There you go.
But I was like, I'm feeling so many shoes, like, of teachers. They have to stand there and they have to navigate a classroom full of different personalities and different dreams.
Yeah, for sure.
And so in my book, it's really like a journal for teachers. But in it, I actually thank them for accepting the call to teach. It is different.
Yeah.
And they kind of get the backhand of it. And it's so funny. And I was like, oh my goodness, they really need some affirmations. They need some, they need some help, because children are very much different nowadays.
Yeah,
and I can attest to that.
And it could be rather challenging to deal with so many different personalities on a daily basis and have to navigate through that. So with that being said, what's the best way how does one handle that mentally? How did you take care of your mental health in doing so?
And so that's when I talk about being faith-based.
Okay.
You have to believe that you can get through this. And, we're at school a few hours a day, maybe from 7:45 to 3. So you're there and you are in a classroom full of different minds, and you kind of have to be there and say that I'm going to have a good day today. And that's where the affirmations would come in. And so mentally, while you are balancing your life and all the things that you have going on, and then when you're in the classroom, I can say that the classroom is really a break. However, whatever you kind of go through with the children inside of the classroom, it kind of opens your mind to how to balance and solve something that you're going through on the other end in your personal life.
Yeah.
So if you have children, but you go to work and you're like, and you kind of see a different perspective of how to solve something that you have solved inside of the classroom, and that you can do it in your personal life. So mentally, you definitely have to pray.
Yeah, shout out. You gotta pray.
You
gotta
have
pray
to
first.
pray. Never stop praying.
Right.
1 Thessalonians 5:17. Never stop praying. Do not stop praying. But mentally, you have to believe that you can do this.
Yeah.
And you definitely can.
And those positive affirmations help.
They do.
Yeah, because I think for teachers, they don't get enough credit
They don't.
for what it is they do, and especially like I got one in pre-K, and just four 4 or 5 year olds is they are a whole different bunch.
They are very different. I love I've been teaching pre-K, and it's so funny.
Yeah.
And I had a little girl, she was just rolling her neck, and when I told her, because she snatched something from another student, caused them to cry, and I was like, oh my goodness, you're bullying, and I was like, oh my goodness, what are you experiencing at home, sweetie? And so then she starts to cry, and I said, do you want me to call your mom? And it was like, she didn't want that. And so it was like, that's where the faith fuel comes in it, because you have to help them believe as well.
Yeah. Yep.
So you kind of got to be on your toes with believing that you can do this, and that you have to inspire and encourage and pour into these children.
Yeah. You got to pour into the youth. They
Most
are
definitely.
the next up, as they say it.
Yes.
And we got to pour into them and make sure that they understand that it's their time coming, and that we got to get them the skills to use so they can be positive individuals in the community.
I will say, I'll be looking at this generation, I'll be like, we are doomed.
Cooked.
We are doomed.
Cooked.
Like, just, yeah.
Yeah. So we I understand that. And like I said, I try to do my part in making sure that they receive those positive affirmations when I can, and just keep them inspired. That's all we can really do.
I'm not sure where we get all of this negativity from, but it is definitely circulating in the air, and it can. And I know as a parent, we must know that we are not our children's only influence. So definitely have to be positive. Stay encouraging them, especially when they're going to school.
Yeah.
It's so much different.
Well, shout out to that. Well, we're going to take some of those nuggets and apply them so we can move right along, you know what I mean, and keep the kids inspired, because that's what it's all about. So what I want to do, we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about that title, Brand Story Strategist.
Yes.
Faith-based brand story strategist. We'll talk about that
Yes.
title, and then we'll talk about some marketing and communication things.
Yes.
How you got into that, and then I want to get your prediction on the Georgia Ole Miss game today at 3:30.
Okay.
Since
Okay.
since you mentioned that, and I mentioned that, so I want to talk about that too as well. So when we
Okay.
come back, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll dive into those questions as well. So shout out to you, and thanks for coming through, and be sure to join us at 101 TKO Radio. This is Positive Mind Saturdays with your boy Positive B. White. Keep it locked in. We'll be right back. And what's happening? Welcome back to Positive Mind Saturdays with your host, Positive B. White. I am joined by Arianna.
Yes.
And how are we doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. So the first section we covered quite a bit, but I want to leave some time to keep the ball rolling. So another one of those interesting titles you mentioned is faith-based brand story strategist. Have to make sure I get it right.
Yes.
So let's talk about what that is and what that title means as well.
Okay. So faith-fueled. My faith is not just part of who I am. It is not a part of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It powers your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It means God is the source of your creativity,
Mm-hmm.
direction, and your impact.
Mm-hmm.
So we're led by our purpose and not just by our profit. So as a brand story strategist, you don't just make things look pretty. That's not what I do. I don't just make things look pretty, but I'm someone who helps businesses or individuals plan and position their brand. So as a PR professional, as I do study PR at the University of West Georgia, my job is to create a favorable image for a person, product, company, or organization.
That sounds like a phenomenal advertisement. So obviously that goes in line with like marketing and communication. So mass communication. mm-hmm.
When it comes to marketing, I do marketing, but I'm more so on the back end of it, making sure that everything looks good, handling a reputation of a person or a company or their brand. I make sure that everything is where it needs to be,
Mm-hmm.
how it needs to be, and that everyone is following the brand's instructions.
Mm-hmm. And then because I might need some of those services as well. Because
Always.
it seems like a interesting title and an interesting task, but it sounds like really, really, really fun and really, really inspiring.
I love it. I guess because I'm a woman and we are very emotional. But I really think I help brands connect emotionally, sharing the why behind their brand. Why is this your values? Why is this your mission statement for your business, for your entity of what you have created? Your why. So turning experiences or values into messages for other people's, making sure people have positive minds.
Right. We gotta have that.
Yes. So I am the typography, the visuals, the captions, the content. That's what I do behind the scenes.
The content behind the machine. That's what I'm talking
Yes.
about. The mastermind behind the machine.
Yes.
There we go. And then when did you get bit by that bug to want to do that?
I want to say I was in grade school, and the first time we had to do like a presentation, like Microsoft PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
I saw how much detail I put into it, making sure that everything looked pretty, making sure that I could present what I am creating.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I was like, ooh. And then I love pictures. I love taking pictures. I think it is so important to take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And then with that being said, I love pictures so much I became a photographer. And then I started editing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I loved videography. And all of those are housed under the public relations and marketing hat.
Right.
And so I found a major that housed all of the things I was good at.
There you go.
So public speaking, graphic designing, photography.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of fueled me when it became evident that I was going to be in pageantry.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started pageantry, and that became easy. Being photogenic, love the photos, love editing. And then next thing I knew, I was modeling. Retired model. Nah. I haven't done it in a few years now. But yeah, that's where that stemmed from. That's where it all started. I want to say I was in elementary school.
Okay, so you picked up on that. You that bug hit you pretty quick then.
Yes, always knowing what I wanted to do. I have always known what I wanted to do.
Well, okay. Well, shout out to that because I think the quicker you find your passion and what you want to do, the quicker you can jump on the assignment.
Yes,
Your God-given
indeed.
assignment. Because I think he gives us all assignments, but it's up to us to tap into that,
Right.
figure it out, and then allow him to work through us to cultivate it ultimately.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's what it's all about. And then we spoke on mental wellness as well.
Yes.
And then we spoke on actually. So what's next for you? What's what's the next project or what's a big project that you want to work on or are currently working on?
I'm working on the Purposeful Teacher Volume 2.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do another series of that. And then, other than that, I'm really just working on finishing this degree. This is my last semester.
Okay.
I'm into a lot of things. I just finished real estate school.
Okay. Okay.
And so I'll be doing that, and also building a business within that. I haven't quite found a name for it yet, but I think for now I'm going to call it the Arianna approach.
Okay. For the real estate.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to take this approach. How can I help you find the home of your dreams?
Yeah, and I think that's really important nowadays. As far as you being tapped in, as far as do you think the rates will come down as far as the interest rates, or you think they'll stabilize?
As of right now, they are sky high.
Yeah,
oh
I know.
my goodness,
Yeah.
they are sky high. And it's getting harder to rent now because
Yeah.
rent is mortgage. It's a mortgage payment now. So
Most of the times more.
more exactly, and so I'm finding nowadays most people are renting to own. I haven't quite done my research on that and how it impacts people, or is it a smart move? But a lot of people are renting rather than buying.
Yeah, and I think it's just one of those times period. But I think ultimately it's real estate is cycles. So you have those cycles where the interest rate is high, and you have those cycles where it stabilizes out. So it's like weathering the storm almost.
Right. So like around the COVID era, I remember the interest rates were low. They were beautiful.
Yeah, yeah,
They
for
were
sure.
beautiful. And so I'm not sure what's next now.
Yeah. COVID was very interesting. Man, my boy got a Mustang with a 0% interest rate
Oh,
in 2020. 0%.
crazy.
Meaning, that's about as good as you can get.
Yes,
That's
it
about
is.
that's about as good as you can get. So congratulations on that,
Thank
and
you.
hopefully that goes well for you.
I hope so.
I think it's always real estate is definitely an investment, and but you need somebody to kind of hold your hand and walk through that process
Most definitely.
when you buying a big purchase like that, because that's probably one of the
It's the most important purchase of your life.
for sure, absolutely. So also I want to talk Georgia Bulldogs.
Yes.
And of course we've got a showdown in Athens today at 3:30, which I am going to try to get home so I can make the game, so I can watch the game, get my seat together and all those things. What's your predictions on the game today?
Well, I think Georgia is going to handle business today.
Handle business.
Oh, Miss
Dogs.
might hang in there, maybe. But by 3 p.m., you're going to see why the Dogs are still top dog.
Okay.
I'm calling a double-digit win.
Ooh, double digit. Nelson gave us a hand clap for that. So shout out to the Dogs. And then obviously we need the win. We need all the wins.
Of course.
But I'm really excited for the Dogs.
Me too.
This year and the growth that I'm seeing from them, and hopefully we can continue with that.
Yes.
So before we get out of here, I want to give you a opportunity to let everybody know how they can connect with you.
Yes.
Meaning social media, website, and if they want to get in contact with you for your brand story strategist, if they need that, And then also with the real estate, if they are looking to purchase a home or sell a home, how can they get in contact with you as well?
Of course. So, of course, you can follow me on Instagram at _adore Ari. On Facebook at Arianna Perlotte. And if you want to get in contact with me about anything, you can send me a private message on Messenger from Facebook or DM me from my Instagram.
Okay. Well, shout out to that. Any closing remarks? Any I did want to bring this. So you have obviously you have a background. You did pageantry,
Yes.
marketing, communications, author, and then real estate. So a young lady who is, let's just say she's graduating high school, what is some advice that you would give to her in this economic climate to kind of help her along her journey? She's graduating high school and she says, "Hey, Ariana, I just need some advice. What should I do moving forward?"
Okay, for one, I would definitely say if you come from a small town like me and your parents are not prepared to send you to college, I must say apply to scholarships. I left Wilkes County with 9 scholarships.
Look at that.
Apply for scholarships. They will take you a
Hand
long way. Right. No matter how big, no matter how small they are, they help.
And you left Wilkes County with 9 of
With
them.
9 of them.
Wow, how about that?
They carried me all 4 years
Nice.
of college. Make sure your FAFSA, your federal aid documentation is correct, because if it's not, you will go through a lot of hiccups with your university. Also, be prepared to step out on faith. You're going to be alone, not entirely, but you're going to have a wonderful time in college.
Oh, yeah,
so you're going to
absolutely.
branch out. You're going to discover who you really are, what you really like, and the things that you want to do over the course of the next 4 years.
Well, and I think all those are good advice. And I think they could use that because, especially our young men and women, they need
Most definitely.
mentors.
Yes,
And people-
and stay focused. Now, I can't say to do what I did. I'm not a party girl or anything, so when I went to college, I didn't really party. But partying is cool if you want to, if that's your thing.
Yeah.
I want to say, as a freshman, I had asked for an overload because I didn't want just 5 classes. I wanted 8 and 10 classes. They
God
were like,
almighty. Can you
"Are
imagine that, Nelson?
They were like, "Can you handle that?" I said, "Yes, I can." My first semester, of course, I made the president's list.
Jesus Christ.
And I didn't, don't do what I did, but if you can handle that, it puts you in a place where you can take classes earlier, especially if you are very interested in what you're doing. I was very interested in PR, so I was so excited to, starting our student-ran PR firm and all of those things, getting to work with new clients and working with sound and the videography and the photography. I was so excited, and I was able to do that in just my second year because I took 10 classes.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of studying. That's a lot of studying.
Yes, it is, but of course I'm not a party girl, so I had nothing but time. And then once you get by yourself, and I will say you must sit by yourself quietly so you can hear from God. What is the next step? Where are you leading me? And how can I be a good steward over the things you've given me so far?
There it is. And those are wise words from my girl, my fam, Arianna. Thank you for joining me for Positive Mind Saturdays. It's been a phenomenal time having you on the show.
Of course.
Such a great vibe. And shout out to those Georgia Bulldogs.
Yes.
Hopefully we can get that win today.
We will.
And then I want everybody to be sure to follow us on all social media, Facebook, IG, TikTok, and then be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Y'all keep it locked in with me. We're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll have my next guest and some of his I got a guest plus 2. So I want to let y'all meet them, and we're going to vibe out again. So y'all keep it locked in. We'll be back shortly.